That'll make them happy, and it'll
Yeah.
make these venues happy, and it'll give CAPC a little more control over the way that the town promotes those holidays.
Beverly?
Did you say that you wanted to put some of this budget money into somebody else's hands to
No,
do that promotion,
no,
or
no.
it's our promotion?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
We don't put money into hardly anybody's hands. We give people the right to spend money that we will pay the bills for, but we get the bills and pay the bills ourselves
Well, that's
from
kind of
almost
nasty.
everybody.
Are we going to oversee the advertising itself?
Oh yeah, we'll do the advertising plan.
Okay.
And the production,
Yeah.
Okay. Then I think that that's fine.
And this is just the promotion money. Now, is there anything else we're doing for Christmas in the budget?
Well, we're buying Christmas
All the
decorations for the
decorations.
town, yeah. Which, it's my great hope that we buy decent decorations, give them to the town, and then get out of the Christmas decorating business, except for maybe doing what almost every commission in the state does, is just give the town an allotment ever so often to help buy Christmas decorations, but not to buy them.
Right. Well, I asked the question because I just don't want anyone
Yeah.
to think that we're not doing any
I
Christmas
think
stuff.
when we did a study, we are one of maybe 2 towns in the state. We're one of 2 CAPCs in the state that pay for Christmas decorations. Some of the other commissions help pay for them, but they don't buy them all.
Most of the other places, the city puts stuff in and the CAPC puts stuff in, because that way it forces them to work together on their budgets and what they're doing for the town. We're always an exception. That should be the way it works.
working together.
Yeah.
I don't.
know.
What a concept. I don't know.
So does
So
anyone have
if
any?
nobody has a problem, we'll just continue to work on that.
Okay. That's it for Christmas. On to the wayfinding proposal.
Okay, the wayfinding proposal you got in your packet. I don't know, I know Rick's probably new to that, but the Walton Foundation helped pay for a wayfinding program for Bentonville. And the hope is that Bentonville, Rogers, Springdale, Fayetteville, and Eureka Springs will all come together and use the same wayfinding program. And so the first step in doing that, this is pretty much the sign, I've shown it before, that Bentonville is going to use. The concept is that communities can choose their own pole that fits their style more. They can change the color scheme of the sign, but the basic format of the sign is going to be the same, and it's just going to say NW Arkansas. And then there'll be signs that point to the different cities. Within the cities, there'll be signs that point to the different attractions and help people find their way around. A famous foundation in Northwest Arkansas has indicated to the Northwest Arkansas Council that they would like to receive a grant application and will likely pay for about half of the program. As the budget in there says, the cost of doing the evaluations and all that by merge and from Philadelphia is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of $75,000 to $100,000. That's not per city, that's for the whole area. And all the Northwest Arkansas Council wants is, before they apply for grant money, they need to know what towns are interested. We could sit here all day and talk about who's going to pay for it. I think if this happens in Eureka Springs, that foundation is going to pay for some of it. We're going to have to pay for the rest of it, and by we, I mean the CAPC. They're not asking us to commit funds today because they don't know exactly how much it's going to be, but they would like an indication of interest on the part of the communities that are going to be involved, so that when Mike Malone with the Northwest Arkansas Foundation writes the grant application, he knows what cities to include.
Can I see what they are?
What, you mean these?
Yeah, what will this
They will,
accomplish
what they
that
will
isn't
do,
already done.
what they will do is they will come in and tell us where we need signs, what those signs need to have on them. And this is not just from sitting in Philadelphia and putting this in a computer. They will actually come to Eureka Springs for a day or two and figure out what the major attractions are that need to be signed and where they need to be signed. And then they will do a plan for where signs need to be. They will get all the applications to and approvals from the highway department, which I can tell you is not easy to do, because I tried to do 2 signs coming into Eureka Springs on the highways for a thing that I thought would be a brilliant idea, and the highway department said, we don't even want to talk to you about it. But these people do this all over the country, and they're known by the highway departments, so it's easy for them to go in and say, this is what's going to happen. And
Joanne?
Would the cost be divided and distributed based on population? Or are they just going to say, we're splitting it up 6 ways and everybody pays the same? Because this is just my opinion.
Yeah.
But my opinion is that Northwest Arkansas is Fayetteville, Springdale, Rogers, Bentonville, Bella Vista. Siloam Springs is kind of off to the side. Eureka Springs is kind of an animal to itself. Everybody that lives down there wants to point to Eureka Springs, but nobody up here. If they found us, they came from one of those places, pretty much. So if they do it proportionately, and our 2,200, 2,300 population goes against the 63,000 that's in Springdale and more than that, then that's great. But if they're going to split it up evenly, that's a lot of money.
I think the question right now, Joanne, is if everything is right, do you want to be in? Because until they know how many they're going to have, they can't do those divisions.
Will the signs then direct people here to attractions here, like Turpentine Creek?
Yeah.
Because the signs that they've shown and the signs that I'm guessing will be down there is pointing those visitors to Eureka Springs as an attraction.
There's 2 different phases. There's the external signs that tell you where the cities are, how to get to the cities. And then after you're in the city, there's the internal signage that tells you how to get to the attractions that you're looking for.
If it's proportionate, then I would say that we have something to talk about. But
let me say this. Think about Fayetteville, and there are basically 3 attractions in Fayetteville.
I can't think of them. The
I
university,
what
the
they
Walton
are.
Arts Center,
Yeah.
and the Water Treatment Center. I don't know.
What?
I mean,
The Air Museum. That's one of their big attractions. We're going to have more attractions than they can probably get on any one sign. So, we're going to present a different problem to them.
right.
I understand what you're
But-
saying,
but
and I agree with
all
you.
they have to do is say, this way to Eureka Springs. And pretty much our whole town is an attraction.
Well,
Now, there are little ones within the town, and certainly we need maps and stuff internally, and I think that's being addressed already.
now there are big problems in the town. You will have people who come to Eureka Springs, stay in a motel on 62, and never come downtown because they don't realize anything's down at the bottom of Planter Hill. So, it will be helpful for all of that sort of thing.
I think the concept's really good, but I agree with Joanne. It's the scale. I mean, it could get out of control from a cost perspective.
Well, we are not making any dollar commitment. We are making a commitment that we are interested in being a participant.